So, starting off with the panel, we have Ankit with us. So, hey Ankit, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, so I'm working as a software engineer at GeekyAnts. I have been building stack from like past couple of months. So yeah, looking forward to the release block.
Great. Thank you, Ankit. We have Dea here as well. Hi, Dea. How are you?
Hi Tarun, I'm fine. So I've been also working as a SDU here at GeekyAnts and
Mhm.
building some React Native apps and working in some R&D projects. So looking forward to the stream.
Great. A little bit about me. I'm Tarun Soni. I'm a senior software engineer here at GeekyAnts as well, and I've been playing around with React Native, and the JavaScript world. Uh, and yeah, so here's the introduction, and we can move forward and start with the new and exciting features coming in 7.4. So start the screen share. So yeah, so here's the blog post by the team React Native, where there's some exciting features. We can go one by one. So the biggest highlights are you know introduction of Yoga 3, and picture we have bridgeless mode default, which is very interesting, and a few other stuff where we'll go one by one. So starting off with Yoga 3.0. So earlier we were using Yoga uh, 2.0, and then with React Native 0.74, we will be incorporating Yoga 3. So Ankit, how about you start with Yoga 3.0?
Yeah, sure. Um, so Yoga 3.0 introduces a lot of like fixes and a lot of new features as well. So if we like name a few, so there is a better support for position static, support for space evenly, and also some layout correctness.
Mhm.
So, if we see in layout correctness, so earlier, what was happening is that um, when you like uh, write a view that has like row direction, a flex direction row, and that has like a child view that has row reverse, and let's say it has given like we have given margin left, so that left and right were like getting swapped, which is not
Mhm.
a web standard. So if you have seen like you would see like different layout on iOS and Android, and
Yeah.
different layout on web. So like there was a layout inconsistency. So I think that is fixed now, but it is going to like break few of the components like which were written earlier by considering the that layout. So I think they'll need to change their styling to the like new when they upgrade Yoga 3.0. Then we have support for position static. So
Yes.
earlier, position static was supported, but it was incomplete. Um, so currently, position static is like fully supported with the web compliant. But still, relative position is I think default one. So
Yes.
yeah, I think nothing is going to break there. So that's one thing. So yeah, I think better support for absolute positioning is also added.
Yes. Mhm.
Yes, and other than that, um, better support for space evenly has been added.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
space evenly like divides your start, middle, and to like equally
Mhm.
sizes. So that's good thing I think. So
Yes.
yeah, yoga
Making it
is
as similar as the CSS on the web.
yep. So
Yep.
yep. I think yoga is improving a lot day by day.
Mhm. Yes.
Previously, we have seen like support for gap, flex, column, sorry, column gap and row gap. So I think
Yeah.
it's improving day by day, and it's great for React Native community. So
Mhm.
yep,
Yes,
I
that's great.
think looking forward to it.
Yes,
Let's
also
see how.
it will be very easy to unify the CSS for the web and as well as for React Native.
Yeah, I think things are moving towards universal now, and a lot of apps are getting built universally. So
Mhm.
it will be like really helpful for them because their layout is going to be consistent now, and yeah, that's
Yep,
great news.
that's one really exciting update in 0.74. Moving on, next is we have bridgeless by default, which was anticipated, and we knew it was coming as the new architecture has been here for a while, and I believe this will be one of the biggest breaking change. So if you have not tried out the new architecture, you can try it out. And now, as it is uh, made default, so that the performance will be really significant. On top of that, we have on layout updates for. I mean, the on layout updates are batched, so making this again as close to React as possible, the behavior of React. So this was a discrepancy in React and React Native where the on on layout updates were slightly it was behaving slightly differently than the original React on the web. So now it has made unified, which is great to see. So again, here it mentions the same that this change is expected behavior in React that allows less re-renders. So again, increase in the performance. So which will again have a breaking change impact. So even they have given steps to update it and refactor your current code.
Yep,
And
I think we can use like updater function of set state. So
yes.
by using that, like it will be consistent again. Like it will not break your code. And also, I think this update is supported only in new architecture. So if you are opting for old architecture, then nothing is going to change for you.
Yeah. Also, I've seen a pattern here in this updates. We are moving the towards encouraging developers to use more and more of turbo modules. So again, this is a pattern we have seen in the coming and the recent updates. So yep, they're highly investing in the turbo modules. Yeah, moving on, we have Yarn 3 by default. So this is good to have.
Mhm.
Yarn package manager was I mean now the default one. So yep, we have few breaking changes as well. There, do you want to take this up?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So let's start with the SDK bump. So in
Mhm.
0.74, we have the SDK bump from 0.23 to 2223, which is Android
Mhm.
6.0. And it will also now reduce the total app size around 13%, which is
Mhm.
great news. And also from some security perspectives, it's also good.
Mhm.
And apart from that, we also have removal of deprecated prop types. So previously we used to have prop types for images, text, and some views. But now, as TypeScript is default in newer React Native versions, it's better to use a better type-safe system like TypeScript to define your prop types for your components. Yeah. And that's a good one, I guess. And
Yep.
apart from that,
Mhm.
we also have the push notification for iOS. The
Mhm.
API had been deprecated, and there were also some issues that whenever pushing our app to the Apple Store, some of them were getting rejected. but
Mhm.
now it has been like migrated to
Mhm.
Apple's own user notification framework, which is really good to see that its React Native is
Great.
also adhering to the Apple standards.
Mhm.
And also Flipper, we all know Flipper, right? It has been a useful tool for inspecting our views and layouts and some network requests, but it had a lot of dependencies on various packages, which made it really slow. And yeah, it's good to see it has been removed. And an alternative to this would be Reactatron by
Yep.
Infinite Red.
Mhm.
If we could just open the link and see it, yeah, we could use this instead of Flipper. Or
Mhm.
if you're using Expo, right, it has a built-in inspector tool. You could also use that in case. Yeah, and this
Great.
is
Yeah,
about,
Reactron is great.
yeah,
It's a pretty good tool. If you haven't tried it out, go ahead and try it out. Yep.
yeah. And apart from that, we also have some other breaking changes. Like, these are very minute changes, but it affects day to day how we write a React Native
Mhm.
code. So
Yes. So while upgrading to 0.74, just have a look at
yeah,
the breaking changes here and see if something breaks in your app. This might be the thing. Moving on, we have very small changes here and no issues mentioned. On top of that, there were small changes while we are talking that we have Ankit here, whose PR was merged and available in this release. So shout out to Ankit for getting the PR merged and congrats. It's available
thanks.
in this release.
If you could have a small round of applause for Ankit as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Uh, yeah. So just a brief on what was the PR. It was fix for font variant typings. He has added typings for the font variants. So this was a
Yep.
great fix by him.
I think
And yep,
uh,
yeah, Ankit.
uh, to add on that, recently, like React Native has moved to like fully TypeScript.
Mhm.
So I think there are still like flow files there. So if you see, there are some typings present in flow files, and they
Mhm.
have like moved that to a TypeScript file.
Mhm.
But still, there are some props that are like missing from the missing from the TypeScript file, like which were added recently, because
Mhm.
this got into my eye because I had added support for font weight number value,
Mhm.
but when I was trying to like use it after the release, it was giving me typing error. So then I thought like, let me check what is happening there. So I checked and like that was missing, and then like there are few other also missing. So yeah, I
Mhm.
added that. I think there are still some props that might be missing. So
Mhm.
yeah, you can add that in TypeScript files.
Great, great.
Great.
Great insights on that, Ankit. So if you see, we have a great release 0.74, and one pattern I see here as we keep on seeing the updates for React Native is one would be unifying the language with the React world. So we are trying to bridge the gap between React and React Native, especially in the styling part. So yeah, that's one thing. Second, would I would say they're very much focusing on the performance, which we do see as we keep upgrading React Native. We definitely see a performance bump in our applications. So yeah, it's great to see all these updates, and shout out to React Native team for bringing all this. And yeah, that was some good round of updates and the changes bringing on React Native 0.74. Yeah, so these were the updates in React Native 0.74. Just wrapping up with the pointers. One was Yoga 3, then Bridges by default, and batched updates on layout, and some minor updates like Yarn 3 for new projects and some other changes. So yeah, these were some really exciting updates bringing in 0.74, and it's exciting to see that the apps will be faster and more seamless. So yeah, great. Thanks for tuning in. I'd like to thank Daya and Ankit for joining me in this session, and see you guys later. Thank you.